Yo, you tuning into the Notion podcast. This is your boy Dizzy D Spill with my co-host in the building,
Jelani Evans.
Farmer Poe.
Yo, we was talking about Candy House.
Hold on, that was hella the way I said that was kind of serious. Farmer Poe. I didn't like the way I said
Nobody
that.
cares.
It's still recorded.
But it felt like
You want me to cut that out?
rehearsed.
I'll cut it out. You want to cut it out? I'm not cutting it out.
It felt rehearsed. It felt like the making the band segments when it was like eating us. Like,
Yo, man, it seemed like the squad is threaded up pretty decent today, man.
oh, it's a little spring flame.
You know what I mean?
I just be throwing on what's laying around, brother.
We're not going to say that crew neck was just laying around because I've never seen it before.
Oh, you ain't seen that one?
I've never seen it before. I've seen that one. That is an inbroided 5 million thread kicks and sneakers crew neck.
Oh, you got the single thread before?
You know what I'm saying? That's hand threaded, bro.
Nah, I don't.
That's hand threaded.
Yeah.
33 women.
I see how you feel. Hey, look.
And then we gonna get on these J's. What's going on? Where you going?
No dust particles on them.
After this?
Like, you know the little brown dust particles
said I'm
that
gonna
used to
beat
be on?
their ass in Rayleigh's when I go shopping.
Those catch dust really easily.
I was trying to figure out why there isn't any dust particles on
they
these.
catch dust easy.
I know they do because
I used to try to clean the shit out of them.
Man, man. This
it is a playoff ace. Y'all seen these before? These
in the fleece sweats, huh?
Nah, this tech.
I see what you did.
See them
tech.
Yeah.
Oh, so breathable wear.
Yeah.
I can dig it.
I can be fresh,
breathable,
and I can hit the gates in these.
Yeah.
That was on top of the button of clothes.
Drawstring.
So I just
drawstring got the little things on the end.
The little metal drawstrings. Yeah.
Yeah. I see how you freak.
All right, bro.
Yeah. Relax, my nigga.
I just showed up to record, man. How y'all doing?
I was good.
I mean, yeah, we doing not as well as you, but we doing pretty good.
Man,
nigga came in the bright reds like we wasn't gonna notice him.
Yeah.
I just showed up to record, man. What's up, world?
Yeah, man. Man, what's up with you, Po? I mean,
nah, man. It's spring. What else?
Okay. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I don't know how else what to say.
Flowers, nigga.
Yeah.
Now, my partner at work, he was like, man, it was a shirt I wore. He was like, man, I ain't never seen that shirt. I said, I wore it last year in spring, nigga.
This is a seasonal shirt.
Put it away.
You didn't work here last spring.
It's a seasonal shirt. You
didn't work here last spring, bro.
I put it away, dude.
It's a seasonal shirt. I got you. I got seasonal.
I see how. No, but he trying to keep it.
He came out.
Now, since the A's was considering coming to SAC, he started acting different.
Here we go, bro.
He started acting real different, my nigga. Show us the shoes. Put the shoes up so they can see.
I wore these.
I
wore these, bro. I wore these, man.
Like tell us you're rooting for the Athletics without telling us you're rooting for the
whole ass Dodger fan out here coordinating.
That's not a regular tee.
No.
That's a Lavore Cole.
Yeah, it's an owner exclusive.
You see, he got on the...
I got the idea from him.
The owner exclusive.
I got the idea from him, man. I didn't know what owner exclusive was until I met this guy. I said, you can make shit for yourself and they got to sell it for nobody else? I said, I'm finna do that later.
Nah. I like that.
That's pretty much the direction of the brand from here on out.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Like, you're going to see a lot of stuff. And it's like, yo, when can I get that? It's like,
nah,
you can't.
Never.
When that came out, when they made it?
Yeah.
It's the first time I brought it out.
I like that. I'm going to have to start doing some shit.
Hey, man, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to catch up to y'all.
The spring comes.
Trying to catch up to y'all, man.
I like it.
He said the sun is out? Yeah, me too. Outside today.
Lavore Cole shorts too?
Nah, these is Nike.
All right,
temporarily.
Don't let me find out.
No,
until
the goal is to be completely Lavore Cole drip,
socks.
But I like the coordination.
I almost did the whole brand thing today, but then I was just like, nah, I want to be a little brand.
I'm going to let them live.
Mix the brands up.
I'm going to let them live. That's the kind way of saying I'm going to let them live.
Yeah, because there's some throwback.
Now, don't kill them like that today.
Throwback pieces.
Today's Sundays.
Yo, man, So y'all been following sports, right? Y'all been following women's sports. Women's sports has been the hottest topic.
I ain't been following, but I've been hearing.
I mean, that's good enough. I mean,
I've been hearing.
You know, there's a lot of things you can hear about
killing shit.
Caitlin Clark.
She's been killing shit for a minute though.
Hottest topic. It's been hot. It's popular.
Because sports,
I would say the hottest. I said one of the hottest sports topics.
Segregated.
You know what I'm saying? The hottest sports topics.
Sports is like racially segregated.
I haven't
for sure,
but I haven't seen. Damn.
You think so?
Yeah. I mean, and not. I guess racially motivated.
I would say that if
I don't think it's motivated.
Yeah. I would say anything like that is media driven, right? I think media does a really good job at trying to create that side A versus side B conversation.
Well, I say that to say like it's not a bad thing when I say racially motivated, but we give props to people who are outside of our culture ethnically, and then they do something that we do very well, and they exceed.
That's a fair statement.
We give props to that.
That's a fair statement.
For us on the side, it's not like a lot of us are looking at it like, man, like we're against Caitlin. We like, damn, she out there killing that shit. So I say that motivation right there is more like, oh damn, it's like an Eminem. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So that's not to say there aren't great white players in all sports, but when they come in every once in a while and they exceed some of the black players or the predominant group in that sport, you know, we give them props. And the spotlight is on them because everybody knows that
she exceeded everybody.
She's out there.
She went head to head with Steph at the All-Star game.
She's killing shit.
Yeah. That wasn't her.
I was about to say, hold on, that was a different.
That was not her.
See, that's why I said it's racially segregated and racially motivated. And y'all didn't want to agree with me. Her. That's what I mean.
No, but I think it's great because I know that there's been a conversation with women's sports, and I mean, but it was more like the pay, and there was always a pretty strong argument when you would hear like WNBA players and other female athletes that would be like, well, the men get paid this, you know, and the women only get paid this. But one of the main arguments used to be those athletes, those male athletes, are putting asses in seats in arenas.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
ECW was great, but no one was going to the fucking shows like that on the WWF.
Yeah.
What it comes down to is the market. And the market for the WNBA is already small. Mm-hmm. And it just, I don't know, it's just not getting the reach that you thought it would.
Right.
And which is kind of crazy due to the fact that the NCAA women's is so big. It gets so much notice.
Yeah.
It gets so much attention.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? And so it's just kind of crazy because it's like NCAA women's would be all over it. Then they go to the draft and I didn't watch no WNBA.
So
games.
this is the take that I've heard.
Name a lot of teams.
The take that I heard.
I think you finna say what I was about to say. Go ahead.
The take that I heard is that, and I'm not too in tune with it, but is that a lot of the women at the age that they're at when they're in college, that's when they have the most athleticism. But by the time they get to the NBA, because of the way in which the system is set up, they oftentimes don't. I think they don't get to the WNBA until maybe a certain age, or they're like playing past their
prime.
age of prime.
So it's almost like they're going to the WNBA past their prime already. Yeah. Right?
They're not going in when they're in their prime or reaching their prime. They've already kind of.
I never noticed that. I mean, I'm not
sure if I'm saying that correctly in the take that I've heard, but that it has something to do with their age as well as where that could be a discrepancy in their athleticism.
I mean,
and also they ain't got no seats in it. It's like it's a different type of game because the way in which it's played.
I'll say this, bro. Why aren't more women supporting the WNBA? They outnumber us in ratio.
It's not fun to watch. Women
I'm
like
not
to
a woman.
watch.
I can't answer that, but it's a good question.
It's not fun to watch.
If they outnumber us, right, they should be filling those seats up, regardless of what we think, how we feel. And the crazy thing about it is, as far as male support for like female athletes in WNBA, but specifically the WNBA, a lot of NBA players go to those games and show up and support. A lot of them.
Oh, yeah.
So they get the male support. Now, as far as pay, it goes back to what Jelani said. It's that market. You know what I'm saying? It has to be, there's still the rules of supply and demand at the end of the day. But on a more positive note about it, I feel like they're starting to build momentum to where they will get that if the athletes continue the momentum.
If the game is
Well, the
played
thing about it is,
too.
like, you gotta look at it like this. If you're a good college player and you ink a few NIL deals, name, image, and likeness deals.
Oh yeah, now you can do it different.
You could be making the same amount of money or more than a WNBA player.
Good point. And that's why I wanted to ask you guys, what did you think about Ice Cube offering Caitlin Clark $5 million to play in the Big Three?
I don't know how that will work out.
Yeah, because I think that was.
I don't know. I just don't know how that will work out.
I understand what you mean.
I might have been capped.
In any aspect.
$5 million, because how is he making that back?
No, that's a real thing.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, how much is who's making the most in the Big Three?
I don't know. That's a good question.
But the thing about it is, he said it was like an NIL deal. It would be like an NIL deal, which is name, image, and likeness. So you
she would be the face of it?
I don't know. Because I don't know what exactly he had in mind for her position or whatever the case may be. But her being the big name that she is, she could be potentially one of the faces of the Big Three if that were to happen, due to all of the notoriety that she has.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I would have to see
all
it being something
that she
like that.
has, but I don't. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know what was all included in that potential deal that was offered to really speak.
Yeah,
on
like
anything.
the key details.
Yeah,
And what's the average age of those who play in the Big Three? I know that I remember
Retired, usually retired athletes, or maybe some that didn't really make it that are really good. You know what I'm saying? There's been a couple of those guys.
So these aren't people who haven't been who had an opportunity or maybe missed an opportunity or may have aged out.
Right.
Not people who are just right out of it, who have all the fucking like opportunity in the world to go to your Big Three.
Well,
I mean,
this isn't like somebody who just came out of nowhere.
you say all the opportunity, and I question that. When I heard she was gonna opt to go into the draft and forego her last year of eligibility, and I said that because of what I said earlier, as far as the NIL deals and all the money that could be made, and her being a household name and being able to benefit from that. Plus, you see this all the time. A lot of great college players go pro and become mediocre.
oh yeah.
Yes.
Or people that looked mediocre in college and go crazy in the NBA.
Takes them a time though.
A lot of the times the game doesn't transition well. A lot of times it does. It's also almost like a 50-50 split. But I don't know how well her game is going to translate, being that she might be one of the faster or stronger or have a higher basketball IQ than a lot of these other players in college. But once you get to the league,
Is it going to transfer?
it hits differently. And the thing about it is, like, if your game isn't able to continue to grow and develop, then you hit your ceiling, right? Then once you do that, it's a wrap.
Yeah.
And so the thing about it is, like, we've seen her shoot the lights out. How can she do anything else?
Yeah. So, but
You know what I'm
isn't
saying?
it always that kind of like that gamble when they are coming right out of college? Because
Not always.
I mean, she's been beasting for a minute.
She has.
So it's not like she just hit like this year, last year. It's like it's been a couple of seasons where she's been killing shit.
I think the difference is for anybody, like when they run the tables in a different arena and then they get on the big stage, a lot of times what we forget as fans of the sport, that big stage, everybody is a pro. Sometimes when you're playing, like if you're playing college, there's maybe a couple good players on that team, but judging off of all the franchise on all the teams that are in the pros, they are deeming every single player that they have on their team as a pro. So when you go from college to everybody you're playing with is just basically top tier starter for a reason, you're going to get exposed.
Well, is she the great white hype or the great white hope?
Because it's like,
because it
gets to a point.
I don't want to say hype because she's proven what she can do.
Like when you say like once you go pro, like the worst player on your pro team could have been the best player on your college team.
Mm-hmm. Like that.
You see what I'm saying?
The level of talent is there.
Exactly, the competition is there. So
the potential is what we're asking about, right?
No, I'm just saying I hope it all translates well. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean we have seen this. Like Jamarcus Russell killed it in college, did nothing in the NFL.
Zion.
Yeah, well,
it's different factors that play into.
Yeah, it's different factors, but I mean we still got to put it. We still got to kind of put it.
The jury's still out.
It's still putting them over there.
The jury's still out.
Yeah, but we've seen it a lot, man. We've seen it a lot. So, but I mean on the flip side of that as well, Angel Reese is basically going to enter the draft. And my thing is, let's just say, I think so. I mean, both players are going to have to do some serious developing in areas and growing into a different, but I think it's good for the sport. The kind of energy that's been put into watching them and seeing what they're going to do and then that graduating over into pro sports, kind of like
5 years from now.
It reminds me of like when you go back and you look at the story of Larry Bird and Magic. If you're not really a fan of sports or a late fan of sports, you don't know that rivalry started in college. You know what I'm saying? For them too. And then it translated over to the two biggest franchises in the NBA, and it made great basketball history, and it did a lot for the sport. So that could be the same. You could see that again, but this time for the WNBA. So there's a lot of potential there, but it goes back to what Jelani says too. If it translates well, you know what I'm saying? If it translates well, so or I don't know, she might shock us and go to the big three. I don't know.
That would be crazy.
But you know what? This is just a theory, man. It's a wild theory. Who knows what they're doing over in the big three? They could have something where they got female sports going on there or something like that.
That might have been a helping hand to help push her numbers somewhere else, like in the WNBA. And I don't know. It's speculation. She's not going to.
I respect the offer. I respect going out there and say, hey, you know what? Let's just see what happens. Let's offer her something to see. Because, I mean, he is trying to develop it. And because of my scheduling, I don't get a chance to watch as much sports as I want to. I got to read about it or check scores and things of that nature. But at the same time, I do like different pro sports, so to speak, coming out, because one thing I've always hated is that drought. When the NBA is over, when the NFL is over, you know what I'm saying? And nothing is going on. Yeah. Really, I mean, you have baseball, but it's hard to keep up with that.
Come on, man.
It's hard to keep up with that.
I love baseball, but it's like how many games and how this shit is crazy.
It's better in person. I'll say that.
That's what
I like watching baseball in person. I played myself, but I like watching it in person.
Yes, the experience. Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Get a glizzy and pause yourself and enjoy yourself, and then go to get the beer, spill it, do all that shit. Like that whole thing is the whole experience.
Yo has a wild painting of how everybody watch baseball.
Because baseball, dog,
go buy your beer, spill it, fall, start a fight.
Yeah.
Speaking of baseball, Sacramento As?
It'll still be the Oakland A's, I think.
Correct.
And then they'll leave Sacramento.
Right.
Correct.
They're here temporary. They're Airbnb in Sacramento.
You want to talk about the pettiness, though, of Oakland?
What's the pettiness?
Filing the trademark for the Sacramento As?
For sure. What? So y'all can start. Listen. There's a page on Instagram. I'm a residential hater of this page.
Okay.
I always hashtag residential hater because they are fucking. They are. It's like y'all reaching for it, chasing it. Should we change the beam to green? It's like, bro, they're here for 2 weeks.
Nah, bro. They're here for a few years. At least until what, 2027? Yeah.
Dog. It's about to be the middle of 2024 right now. Like,
but 2027 is a minute.
So by the time they get their A's hats, they're gonna be taking them fucking.
Man, who they getting their work done by if it take that long?
No,
Jelani can knock it out.
To me, it's just the reason I'm a hate.
We can knock those out a little bit quicker than that.
Always chasing it. It's always like, you know what I mean? It's dope that they're still here in California.
Listen, man.
In Northern California.
Until they leave, they go into Vegas.
I think that's dope.
But here's my thing. I think it's good for the city. I think this is an opportunity to either show what the city can do or expose the city for what they refuse to do. Because you got to remember, the city almost lost the Sacramento Kings. They were Vegas bound, right? And some things happened. They made a new arena. It's kind of, some cool things going on there. Teams started doing better, right? So I look at it like this is the city's opportunity to audition for maybe a potential another potential pro team.
I had an argument with my coworker last year.
Y'all was just agreeing on the shirts, man. What happened?
No, we be having arguments all the time. I had a theory. I just threw it out there. It wasn't very thought out, but this is my theory. And it might be too late for Sac.
Or any of them?
It's just, listen. And especially in the 80s and the 90s, if your city had a baseball team, it gave it a little bit more authenticity on, like, you gotta have a baseball hat for your city, man. You gotta have a baseball hat for your city
to establish that we here.
Come on,
Sacramento has a baseball team,
dog. A major league.
So you ain't never been to a River?
You never been to a River Cats game?
I've been to a River Cats game.
Do you know some of them cats?
Do you have a hat?
Why you ain't got a hat?
Major League Baseball, dog.
Okay, so
you go to a lot of cities and you
sound like a major hater right now.
I am.
Jelani, you forgot the hashtag. You forgot the hashtag.
That's a residential.
You forgot the hashtag.
I told him, I said, man, if your city don't got a real baseball hat, you're not a real.
We city. Do. We got River Cats. Now check this out. Watch what I do.
River Cats. That dirty ass river.
Hey, watch what I do here. Hey, watch what I do here. Because he from Hunters Point, right? Where do a lot of those River Cats players go when they go pro?
They go to the A's.
No, they don't.
Or the Giants?
They go to the Giants.
But I thought the A's was the...
see.
I thought the A's was actually the team. It wasn't?
The Sacramento River Cats is a minor league team for the San Francisco Giants.
I thought it was for the A's.
Look at you, see? So
no, A's is actually my favorite baseball team, though.
Nah, you a hater.
How you do that?
Mm-hmm. Nah, you a hater.
He out of pocket, y'all. Excuse him.
I'm just a Giant fan by...
Just a Giant hater.
Default,
Hashtag Giant hater.
But the 90s A's was my favorite, like, squad.
So you must have really liked the movie Moneyball then, right?
Never.
He's not a fan. He's not a fan.
I've never seen Moneyball.
Moneyball is about the A's. He's never been. He's not a fan, y'all.
Y'all ever seen the movie The Fan?
The movie with
the
Giants?
Ben
Affleck, right?
Nah, not Ben Affleck.
I'm talking about Moneyball. I'm talking about Moneyball.
Moneyball was Brad Pitt.
Moneyball is with
no.
Moneyball is also the dude from what's the fat actor that got slim?
What? What is wrong with this guy?
He got slim.
Man, you should have ate the veggie
chips. Are you
chips.
talking about Jonah Hill?
You knew who I was talking about.
Because I know who's in the movie. And I'm thinking like it wasn't Brad Pitt.
But I'm not a fan of the movie just because it had the A's in it.
You should be, man. It's about your team.
The movie.
it's about the team. It's something that happened with the team.
Nah, I like The Fan. The movie The Fan with Robert De Niro is fire.
That's
a fire.
Wesley Snipes.
Yeah,
that was a fire movie.
For sure.
Yeah.
You know what, dude? Let's just get to it,
Let's
man.
move on, man.
Let's just get to it, man. What did you guys think about the J.Cole mixtape?
I couldn't tell you. I haven't listened to it.
I listened to it.
Yeah, can't wait to hear it.
I don't know if I listened to it in its entirety because I downloaded it at I thought it was just a song. So I was actually on every Friday before I go to sleep at about 11 or something. I'll go on to Apple Music and see what's coming up. And I saw the tape on there and I was like, oh shit. Downloaded it, listened to it. I'm like, oh, he's rapping, I didn't know there was a Kendrick diss.
I think we all kind of was like, oh shit.
Yeah, I wasn't aware. But I was in tune at this time, and I was like, I just kept hearing shit. I was like, oh damn, he's talking about that. Sometimes I don't really notice shit.
See, I didn't decode if he was throwing strays at multiple people.
He was definitely
okay. I know 7 Minute Drill. We'll get to that.
At least 3 people.
Who's the other people?
Future, Drake, and Kendrick.
Man, he threw shots at Drake
for sure. I heard them. I definitely thought I heard some Drake.
That's
shit,
interesting
for sure. He definitely said some Drake shit.
They just did.
Nigga, I heard some shit, and he definitely said something about Future.
Okay.
First shooter, the first one shot.
All right, but before we give our synopsis, what we got the ranking? I'm gonna give it 1-0. I'm not telling you who I got 1-0 yet.
As far as in
1-0 right now.
Disses, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so
1-0.
All right, let me back all the way up as far as on the timeline. I will say that the J.Cole project is one of my favorite out of all of his projects. I'm not saying it's number one, but it's very close. Yes. I really enjoyed it.
Yes,
he was definitely rapping. He was definitely saying some shit
for sure.
So I gotta say that because when we start talking about the debate between the Kendricks and the J. Coles, it turns into what faction you choose. You know what I'm saying? And I don't have a dog in the fight. Whoever gets knocked out, I'm gonna respond like Smokey. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is I want to talk about the project overall as far as it being dope. You know, of course, I have like 4 or 5 songs that are favorites that are on the playlist.
I like a lot of the songs. I don't know if I've gotten through the whole album a second time before I went.
I ran it a second time, but I didn't get all the way through. I got interrupted and stuff like that.
Repeats for sure.
Yeah. But now let me ask Jelani real quick. Did you get a chance to listen to at least 7 Minute Drill?
I haven't heard anything.
All right, let me get my phone.
What's crazy though?
7 Minute Drill wasn't 7 minutes though.
I read an article.
That is a good point.
I read an article about J. Cole dropping the album and whatnot, and of course they touched on the whole beef or whatever his response, and so I read the verse.
Okay.
I didn't.
Oh, you can't do that no more.
I read the verse. I haven't listened to it, so I read the verse and it's interesting. But I mean, like, to be honest, bro. They out here slap boxing.
They out here with mittens on,
bro. Because the whole thing about it. This is the thing about it.
I was waiting for you.
This is the thing about it, because it's like this. All right, so let's discuss it, right? Because it all started with Kendrick's whole "fuck the big three, it's just big me."
Mm-hmm. Did it start with that?
So I don't know. I'm just the whole.
We'll
thing
say that amplified it.
This is the whole thing about it, though, right? So there's always been talks and debates, and debates, talks, arguments, and it's not even supposed to be big three. It's supposed to be 4.
Big
right?
Sean is no more.
Right?
He's out of here.
So I'm just saying, though, it's supposed to be 4, though, right?
It is supposed to be 4.
Because as soon as I said that, you knew who I was talking about. So there's Kendrick Lamar
on his ass this last 3-4 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
J. Cole and Big Sean, and then after a while.
Wale?
Nah. Nah.
Yeah, him and Big Sean over here together.
That's different. I feel like he was before them.
Who? Wale?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's in the same
Nike boots, right?
Class. That's that XXL shit.
Wale was in that class?
They all in the same class.
I don't know. When did Nike?
Wiz Khalifa in that same class.
Damn.
Interesting.
Okay.
Well, anyways,
I know he's telling the truth because he listened to Wiz very, very heavy Taylor Gang and shit like that around that time.
Man, Wiz, Big Sean,
it's crazy
Wale.
what happened to Wiz. We'll talk about that later, though.
Yeah.
Whole different conversation.
Man, it's rough. Anyways.
Sorry, Wiz.
So back to this whole big.
Remember your partner used to be the shit in high school. Now he not.
So this whole big 3 thing, I heard somebody explain it really well, because like the way that all of them were going about it was almost like Drake was trying to be the biggest star,
right?
J. Cole was, want to be the best rapper, and then Kendrick Lamar being the best artists.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Most introspective.
And so when put like that, I'm like, that's a really good way to categorize the routes that they went, depending on your style of music, your taste, your preference. It's arguable to say that either one of them are, I don't know if I want to say GOAT status, but I mean, like, you can say that that's my top artist
for this era, for sure.
And you can, and it can, that's arguable, but only between so many artists.
Yeah, these are the like Jay-Z and Beans and all of the people that we looked up. This is the younger generation's era. That's their GOATs to them.
It's almost like how, like, you know, we might have watched Jordan and then we seen all of Kobe's come up, and so those two are who we might lean towards, whereas this newer generation, they seen LeBron James and Steph Curry, so to them, those are
this is the flopping era.
Yeah.
That's another.
When we talk about aggression,
no, I do agree with that, because that's that slap boxing.
Well, and
go listen to the Beans and Jadakiss beef.
Yeah.
But just that's what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. So with them top three, right, it's arguable because of the talent they possess.
Right.
So for artists to be that talented, to supposedly be beefing and not give us your hardest bars, and you be direct and straightforward and show us the talent that is you, you are out here slap boxing. Nobody's even really saying names. Like, bro, do you remember Vaseline?
I don't remember when it came out, but I remember digging in the crates.
Yeah.
Hit him up.
Definitely remember.
Definitely remember. Yes.
Ether. Okay. So
Ether was a punch in the face, like when I first put in Stillmatic.
I mean, so even Jay-Z's
a takeover.
Takeover was nigga.
Wait, what happened?
That was 2001.
Like,
So, well, what I'm saying is, when there was beef,
there was no decoding.
There was beef.
Yeah. There was no decoding, like, song lyrics.
Said, F you, Mobb Deep, don't want you motherfucker got sickle cell or something.
Yeah.
Like, yo, it was like, yeah, I'm coming at your helmet, bro. Like, we're not even gonna just keep it like lyrical. Like, I'm coming after your family. Like, I'm taking shots at everybody. Like, you know, y'all are having a family picnic. I come in with a street sweeper. Like, everything.
Yeah.
What?
If you think about that, that basically gave that was like the skeleton for battle rap. How personal battle rap is, a lot of that was influenced by actual diss records towards each other as artists. You know what I'm saying?
Now, see, I can two different things for that. I think it's dope when you can say something dope that the only person who knows are the only people who are aware of those in that inner circle. I think that's dope. But I also feel like y'all been pushing and shoving, bumping up against each other's shoulder for so long, talking about you.
Has it been like a damn near a decade?
It's been a decade.
Yeah.
And we know who y'all talking to. So now just
and they write it and perform it so that we know who they talking to.
Yeah, we know who you guys are talking to.
Yeah.
We just don't know what y'all talking about. But when we in school, we don't know what the real issues in the fight is. We just see that we know y'all bumping up against each other, pushing, talking about hit me.
We'll be over by the bikes at 3
We just like, nigga, fight.
I mean,
like, we don't care what y'all fighting about. Fight. Y'all want to show us y'all fighting, then fight.
Yeah. Okay, here I got a couple of theories, and just from my personal perspective, because I've done it. I've thrown subliminals in my songs. Just a lot of dumbass niggas didn't understand I was talking about them. Yeah. But the point is that I think, versus like using myself as an example, I just did it just because I know it's going to sound cool in my song. And if you want to ask me if it's about you, yeah, it was about you. But the way that they're doing it, especially like with 7 Minute Drill, from what I've listened to, I feel like all of them have one thing in common about the sneak disses. They're afraid to write that song that's going to go crazy and then lose to the reply. And I'm going to tell you why it's that way. It's that way because when you look at probably the biggest, if not, it's a tie between the two beefs. I'll say No Vaseline with Cube versus NWA and Jay-Z and Nas. When Jay-Z did Takeover, I think for that moment in time, everybody felt like, well, that's it, right? And the reason why people felt like that is because the people he was going at, it was like, man, they pen is nice, but they're not really known to just be that aggressive. And then Nas dropped Ether, and the world stood still for a minute. Like, whoa. You know what I'm saying?
Well, because talent is going to reign supreme. So, like, but in this era, I mean, not even in this era, but in history, the result of a battle could really affect
your career, your brand.
It can affect your brand.
I'm gonna be honest. I've never seen Meek Mill the same after.
He's never been the same.
You know what I'm saying?
Ja Rule.
Ja Rule as well.
But hold on.
I mean, not as far as their business. We don't know their business, but as public perception plays a part in.
I gotta say something about that Ja Rule. That was a straight massacre, though, dog. It wasn't just one song. It was like every couple mixtapes and albums, there was something dedicated to whooping his ass. You know what I'm saying? If there was no way for that man to come back, because anything that G Unit did, they were going to take some time. Oh, hold on. It's almost like, hey, what y'all doing today? Oh, we finna go grocery shopping. We going to the barbecue. We going to beat Ja Rule's ass. And then didn't you already beat him up? Yeah, that's just a thing we do every Thursday. But you know what I'm saying? Like, they destroyed Murder Inc. You see what I'm saying? I just had to add to that part because you know what I'm saying? He kind of he was the first, but that's kind of like what happened to Meek Mill.
Shang Tsung came through, took him powers.
Yeah. Yeah, because he basically clowned him for how he did his music, and then turned around and did the same music and made millions off of it.
He played us off, 42 Factors off. It's like, you know what? We don't like the way we really don't like Ja Rule's music, and even though we like it, he had hit after hit.
Right.
And then we was like, we like 50s better.
Yeah, and he did the same thing.
And he was doing the same thing.
That goes to show you that damage of what can happen to your brand after a beef. And I definitely think the big three, the big four, the reason why they're not putting a big boy pants on and saying names in the songs is because they're afraid of, man, what if this motherfucker's response to this just because whoever wins, that first round is crucial.
I feel like Cole has the most bravado. I feel like Drake has the slight more experience, and I think Kendrick has a lot of potential.
I feel like Kendrick has some shit in the vault. I agree with everything you said, but I think Kendrick has something in the vault because of the way he keeps poking the bear here and there, especially when shit dies down.
What do you have to say to the theory that he doesn't write as well? I mean, not as write as well, write as fast.
I just think that's subjective.
Like a game in Joe Budden, and certain niggas get in there like tomorrow the track will be out.
1 hour or 1 day, as long as the product is fire.
Cole said 7-minute drill, dog.
Mm-hmm.
What's a 7-minute drill? That's in athletics and sports, right?
Mm-hmm.
7-minute drill. So, how fast are you coming out with it? Is he saying? I wrote this in 7 minutes.
I think that's also the reason. Okay, the reason why I'll say it's subjective is because we are living in an era where everything is microwave. You got to remember, Jay-Z did Takeover, and then Nas dropped Stillmatic, and when he dropped Stillmatic, you got Ether. You understand what I'm saying? Now, if you were, which was harder for us back in the day, when you were into the mixtape era, you really had to go find these songs and these mixtapes to find out what people were saying. It's not easy access like today, right? So a lot of us back then didn't hear Ether until the album came out.
Shout out to Dat Piff.
Hey, big shout out to Dat Piff.
Bear Share, nigga.
Yeah, I remember Bear Share too. But we had to go look for it. You know what I'm saying? Nas did do a minor response to Jay, though. A lot of people don't know about before Ether, which was nice. Let you know he was coming with something. But that's one of the things that I miss. Like, oh damn, they're not gonna say nothing. Nothing's gonna happen. And then the album drops, and that's the second damn song.
It's too much curation, bro.
Yeah.
Like, and that's a good topic to bring up because of how fast, like, the radio was part of the whole system right there. And this is back before we had access to like immediate information and you can upload something right away. and they still not putting it out as fast as the way, like the system is there for us to put out shit fast enough. But y'all moving slower.
Yeah. And doing
doing
campaigns, you know, subliminal tweets and posting a random photo and making people decode it. Like, the best
bar for bar, all those disses that we kind of grew up on, especially in the mixtape era. It was like bar after bar after bar. First bar they're coming out saying shit. They're not like, but then there also it's a difference between, because they're releasing some of those songs on mixtapes. These songs also maybe have to play a part into their economics, like how much their money gonna make off of this. Are they gonna make money off of releasing this song or not?
Can we also address the fact that ain't neither one of them really said anything like highly offensive or anything to raise your
yeah, man, your album was tight. This album was weak. Or I didn't like your shirt at the Grammys.
Like him saying, like,
very true.
It's just Big Me, right? That's just speaking of his confidence and how he operate anyway, his character, right?
Well, yeah,
like,
for sure.
So on the same breath, while everybody got they, you know, self all riled up and he dissing and da. I mean, like, yeah, but not really.
He didn't say shit.
Bro, like, if you're not gonna say my name, then I'm not worried about it because you haven't said my name. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's just Big Me.
That's cool. Like, right. Depending on who you is, the big 3, big 4, the starting 5, whatever you want to call it, it's subjective. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I mean, like, how do we even know he's talking about me? He might be talking about me depending on who you're talking to. But to sit up here and just take offense without my name being said is crazy, and I'm not gonna do it.
And nothing personal,
right? But the thing about it is, like, think about the era that we came up in versus now. Like, bro, you say something they think it's about you. It's like, oh, it's beef. What are you gonna say? I can't believe it's going crazy. Where it's just like, yo, did he say my name? No. Well, I'm not gonna load up the strap because if he said my name, it's all out war. But if you don't say my name, who cares?
And even the way people say like shocking things to start conversation was different, because I remember when certain artists in New York would say they was the king of New York. Certain artists from the South would say they was the king of the South. What I would notice is how many people would, all right, man, I'm about to drop. I'm about to come out and I'm about to, and they'll have a subliminal to those statements. And what that would create is dope ass albums and music to establish that.
Remember name flips, nigga?
Mm-hmm.
Name flips.
Yeah.
That's part of the battle.
Yeah, that's part of the battle.
You didn't flip my name, then nigga, you ain't talking to me. What you mean? You not talking to me if you didn't say something about Beans and say like Beans name and say something about Beans or Jadakiss and talk about Kiss. And
yeah.
You're not talking to me then.
Yeah, they got to stop slapboxing, man.
I don't like this era of battle at all. I hate it.
Well, you know what? Isn't it fair to say it's not a battle then?
It's not.
It's not. We can't say that we hate something that don't exist.
It's
like
fencing.
Bro, I told you, they out here slapboxing, bro.
It's fencing, nigga.
Out here slapboxing, bro.
They're leading up, taking a class, putting on all this headgear, putting on all these fucking.
Yo, that's wild. He said they
fancy.
They're lightly touching each other with the tips. Yo, my man's wild. My guy's wild.
Y'all sick.
Come back here. The guy's wild.
That shit is crazy, man. Yeah, okay, so let me ask you this. Let's help him out a little bit. Just a little bit. Let's help him out a little bit, all right? If beef happens, which that's what we've been waiting for a decade. If beef were to happen.
I'm sorry. Y'all was trying to listen to the song. I thought y'all was trying to hear it.
Man, ain't nobody trying to hear that, man.
Okay. Why do you even have your phone right now?
Because I was...
Give it here so after the podcast.
Live cut off.
So listen. Well, they better tune in.
He had 2 views. Talk to your mom later.
There was actually 5 people.
So listen, if Christmas were to come early and the beef actually happens with, I don't know if it's 2 people out of the big 3 or it turns into a Royal Rumble, who would you put your money on to reign supreme at the end of that?
Drake.
Okay.
And I'm a Cole fan.
Okay.
Of all 3, I'm a Cole fan. I'm gonna say Drake because.
Are we talking just as far as in public opinion or actually better diss songs?
Better diss song because Kendrick is not clear enough. Like, to me, it takes a little minute for me to decipher what Kendrick even said.
Are you saying Kendrick is a mumble rapper, Poe?
No, I'm not saying mumble. Like,
tumble rapper.
It's just hard for me to hear what he said.
Fumble. He fumbles over.
and then
he's a fumble rapper. Get it right.
And then Cole is not like, he's not creative enough.
Okay.
He's not creative.
I disagree.
A Cole fan says he's not creative enough for the battle.
And what I mean by creative, like, all right, this is what I mean. Kendrick is creative and has a creative style, right?
Right.
We could say that. Put that over there. Drake has a style that is kind of more
traditional,
digestible, but it's like he can do the hearing what you're saying. He can do the punchlines and stuff in there and say creative things in there.
Right.
And like he has a little bit more to his arsenal. Cole is like, all right, he switched up the flow. He said some punchlines, and I like the way he raps.
Okay,
but you got to think about
it
though,
like what is where are you coming with like that? Like where are you separating yourself from?
Here, and my question would be, when has he ever had to?
He's always had to. To me, he's always had to, and this is what separates him from me, is like, you still ain't like, you rapping right now. You doing a lot of rapping, and you rapping your ass off, featuring and doing all this shit. But when are you guys gonna say, nigga, fuck all this shit? Like, you're still being too nice. You're like Klay Thompson.
But the whole thing about it is like, but that's what I'm saying. Just because you feel like he's being too nice, what makes you think that if necessary?
He thinks Klay Thompson can't fight.
If necessary, he can't do.
I fucking love Klay Thompson.
Like, if necessary, he can't do what's needed.
He hasn't shown me yet. It's been too many seasons.
But he hasn't needed to, though.
It's been 10 years. Which one of y'all? There's no way that I'm gonna be beat. I'm gonna have this riff with the niggas and feel the way that I feel.
Who said it's a riff?
They are.
Who is they?
Them three.
It says who?
They subliminals.
That's what they've been saying.
Only one throwing subliminals is Cole and Kendrick, and I feel like Cole
Drake for sure.
Yeah, Drake did do in the earlier years of this 10-year beef. In the beginning, Drake was because what he would do is he would toy with the idea that Kendrick used to basically go on tour with him, and there was one subliminal. For example, where he was talking about how he was bigger in his city. Basically, he was bigger than Kendrick in LA because of his status at that time. You know what I mean? So that's where Drake comes in at. And then,
it's part of it. And then Drake.
I don't know. I just don't feel like it's beef. I just don't feel like it's
No, it's not.
fun.
I don't think it's beef.
You know
Prosciutto? It's competition. I think it's competition.
It's like,
Prosciutto?
Yeah, competition. That's the whole reason. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you saying like Cole ain't never bared his fangs. I'm just like, I don't never feel like he's had to. There's never been an issue where I feel he has needed to go on the offensive.
But that's what it seemed like he's doing lately.
Yeah, it depends on how you look at it, because like I said, right now he's showcasing the fact that he is the better rapper of the three by not only as many features as he's doing, but the versatility in those songs. You feel me? The you know what I'm saying, his cadences, you know what I'm saying, the lyrics that he's using, like everything that he's doing it to show like, yeah, I really do this on all levels.
And
right?
he told and for the fans who was talking about how boring he was, he just raps this way, and he was like, I gotta give him. It's different. It's different points they're gonna get.
And then think about when he did that freestyle. He did like 2 different freestyles like a while back, and he like he flamed everything.
Yeah. And he was going on the young like South beats, like the young dudes coming up, Money Bag Yo. He's getting on those rap verses and killing shit and still being authentic to himself.
Yeah, and so that's what I'm saying. Like, but now, like, if you throw some shots, I'll throw some shots back. If you say my name, I'll take aim. See the difference in that? You see the difference in that? And that's where I feel like it's at right now. You throwing shots, so I throw some shots. If it gets real, then I'm gonna pull out the sniper with the, you feel me, 20 magnification, and I'm gonna put 2 straight through your pupil. You know what I'm saying?
But it's been like one of those, what do they call it, like 100-year war. It's like we're just in standoff.
If you unbothered, you're unbothered, and you got to think about all three of those individuals. You got to think about all three of those individuals. Like I feel like ultimately their goals are different, which means that like in a certain instance they're unbothered by each other.
I'm gonna make 2 points. Here's my first one. If they say my name on a record,
that's what I'm saying. That's the energy we talking about.
If they say my name on a record,
say nobody's name.
First of all,
why are we not saying names?
If they say my name on a record, I'm an artist. They say my name on a record, I'm gonna thank you first because I need the exposure. All right. Second. Coming for
it. Let's say my name. Drake, I'm gonna have a whole mixtape within 24 hours.
Drake didn't say Meek's name on either of those songs back to back or the first one. What was the first one?
It was something.
The first Charged Up.
Yeah, Charged
Up, and then back to back. He didn't say his name on there, but he made it clear who he was talking to. That's where I say Drake battle tested. He clearly was saying, nigga, this song for you. Y'all not. Y'all not. Okay, now this whole entire song is to you. Not a bar, not 2 bars, not a half a verse. The whole song is to you.
So, all right, I'll pose this question because I know that can matter in certain instances. I guess, right? Was Beans and Jada battle tested prior to their beef?
For sure.
With who?
Well, they had plenty of different types of battles.
Okay.
We can't discount the battles.
Was Mace battle tested before he went at Cam?
For sure.
Now, battle tested to who? To the public or because of what they did before they were famous?
Both. There were several songs and things that are documented that Mace and all of those who participated in that, I guess I look at, and because I did leave something out as far as definition. When I think of battle tested, right? If I'm building, a team of battle rappers that I believe can be dope and can go out into the world and survive, my battle means they actually got in a battle. They actually had to fight their way probably in and out and be either victorious or leave a mark so painful on the opponent that they think twice about responding or coming in the vicinity of that person, right? Drake's the only one in that group to me who did it.
I mean, by that statement, you are right. Yeah. But that also doesn't determine what everybody else can do. That just determines that he is capable. That doesn't say that.
True.
True, because
how long do we wait?
We're not waiting anymore.
Or not even wait, but how long do we say like, all right, he got potential. No,
I'm not even saying the potential anymore. You know what I'm saying? Because we already know what they can do as artists, right? If you guys aren't gonna say names and you guys aren't gonna actually throw a punch in a fight, then like Jelani said, you slap boxing. You're slap boxing, man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But if I did have to pick a person, I honestly think I would go with Kendrick, but I think Cole would win. I would go for Kendrick. I'm from the same soil, but I just feel like Cole might get him.
It would come to this for me between Cole and Kendrick. It has to do with preference.
Well, yeah, I mean
because that's all they've shown me is really to give them they ain't really shown me too much for either one to be like yeah. I'm gonna have to say we have to do with preference.
Okay,
like what type of song did y'all release? What was the cadence? What was like? Because Kendrick shit right now is the hardest.
Mm-hmm.
That shit hard. When I listen to Cole and I might be like, oh yeah, he said that was some slick shit. That was dope. I like the song.
Right.
Then you put on Kendrick shit. And you're like, God, with the Future shit, that shit slap.
Mm-hmm.
So it would come down to preference in what I think so far. Like I'm not sure they could either one like.
So so you leaning more towards it might be more of Kendrick. I'm leaning towards it might be more of Cole. Jelani says they can't fight.
I'm gonna lean towards either like I don't know. It would just depend on my preference on the song or who I would say wins. You know what I mean? Like I would have to say that. Like it's kind of hard.
Well, we'll see, man, or maybe we will never see.
Yeah,
something that I think kind of bothers me a little bit, but I got into it and I understand from what I read this whole bullshit with Pharrell and Chad.
I heard about it. I didn't really dive too much into it, but I've heard there's some disputes about credits and things like that.
The Neptunes Name. And I guess Pharrell is trying to trademark the name Neptunes. Chad feels like, no, we've always had an agreement where we split things halfway as far as royalties, ownership, or whatever. But from what I read, it seems like Pharrell was doing that because it's never been trademarked. So he from what him and his team were saying, he's doing it because, hey, this isn't even trademarked and somebody can swoop this. That's number one.
Did he tell Chad about that?
That's the other part. He said, his team said that they reached out to Chad about it, about wanting to be involved with it or going through with it, and they allegedly didn't get any responses or any interest from Chad. But this is all article and speculation.
And then what's Pharrell's and Chad's level of communication? How do they normally communicate? Because that could be true. Like he told his handlers to to let him know that. But what is y'all level?
I think it's weird. I'm gonna tell you why I think this shit is weird. Us three right here with the podcast, right? We've been rocking for years doing this. We have actual personal relationships outside of this. I'm not sending anybody to talk to y'all.
Nigga, if I get $1 million, somebody else got to talk to me. You can't just come talk to me.
Nobody talk to me directly, all right? You talk to us. You talk to me, all right?
You just can't come
Never
talk
in public,
to me.
all right?
Yeah, nah.
Never on the phone, all right?
Take those damn glasses. And then he didn't even give him a chance to take the glasses off. Damn it, man, Frank. He broke his glasses, man.
Frank was
That's
a bully,
we pat that.
Frank was a bully, nigga. Common was over there quiet as a mother.
Nah, I don't know, man. I do hope that they get that together, honestly.
The thing about it is just like, from what I read, it sounds like it could have easily just been a misunderstanding or a lack of communication, but due to the parties involved, they blew it up.
Yeah. This is a great example of what happens when you have middlemen having conversations with the two people that's getting affected the most that actually have a relationship.
Because the whole thing about it is like, I feel like it wasn't so much for like Pharrell to finish a recording session, be like, let me take him in, call Chad. He'd chat up and like, yo, man, I'm going through some things, and I noticed that we never actually trademarked the Neptunes. Like somebody could actually snatch this up, so I want to go ahead and get it trademarked as soon as possible. When you get a moment, tap in with me so we can go ahead and coordinate the thing, get it pushed through, so we, make sure everything that we have and everything that we built is protected.
Right.
Yeah, and that's the voicemail. If he don't pick up, then you say
that's
that.
A text message.
And then y'all, you know what I'm saying, y'all get that situated. So it's just like,
Yeah, because
it could have went a lot smoother.
If you waited 20 years to do it, another day or two to tell your man that this is what you decided to do, it ain't gonna be.
Yeah,
it ain't like, oh man, we better hurry up because we thought about it.
Yeah.
Like you should have thought about it 20 years ago. Like the communication.
The crazy thing about it is
more crucial.
Y'all the only ones that thinking about it.
Ain't nobody else thinking about the Neptunes.
Everybody else thought it was trademark. Everybody else thought everything's taken care. Like, bro, if I do right now,
we ain't even made it to Mars.
If I could have went and trademarked the Neptunes and put a claim on everything that they've done. Bruh.
Ain't nobody trying to trademark Neptunes. Yeah,
I'll be out here talking about, I did that for Snoop.
Yeah, crazy.
Nah, me and Cuz cool.
Yeah, we straight, man. I don't know what to tell you.
We smoke all the time.
That sound fishy. That means y'all have no communication. If y'all don't have communication, that's even more fishy.
They be at each other's fashion shows and everything. They have some type of communication.
So then why you ain't tell your
I
man
don't
that
know,
you was thinking about, hey, bro, I just did you feel me? And
sometimes I feel like
too Hollywood.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Sometimes I feel like it's just too Hollywood, man. That's unnecessary. I mean, like I said, I hope they figure it out. I seen the comment section that had me cracking up when I first seen the articles on multiple pages, and everybody would say, when I think of Neptunes, I think about Pharrell, not that other guy. And I was like, there's no way that you think about the Neptunes then. Exactly, because there's three people.
Bro, I was just about to say, so we're just not going to talk about the third person at all?
That's like when they talk about,
you guys listen to the Neptunes.
That's like when they talk about Wishbone.
Yeah.
Nigga was in jail.
Nobody knew the complete crew of Bone Thugs back then, because it was.
I said they hired a new.
Hey, that's how you knew when people didn't know any better, right? Because like, man, you see the new dude in Boat Up? Like, man, he's always been there. But that cracked me up because it was like, man, I always thought about Pharrell. I'm like, it's 3 of them. What do you mean?
The Migos was 2 niggas at first. Remember that?
I mean,
to us. So, yeah.
The crazy thing about it is, whatever happened, right?
mm-hmm.
The third person has been removed.
Yeah, nigga, they don't show him.
I want to know.
Take that nigga off the internet.
Nah, I just looked it up, right? You look at the Neptunes, it only has 2 people, right? When you look at the members, and then on Wikipedia,
It's
the
a black
Neptunes
dude on there, nigga.
are an American songwriting and production duo.
Oh, nah. Type in the Neptunes 2001.
Yo, they out of pocket.
You gotta go back some years. That's new Wikipedia.
They are out of pocket.
Because Wikipedia could be updated, bro. You gotta go 2001 Google image search.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, that is off the
find
chain.
that.
Now, I know who it is because I remember dude. I remember, bruh.
I don't think his name is Dude, bro.
What's that nigga name? I remember that nigga.
It is 3 of them.
I seen him in a couple pictures before.
Yeah, man, it was always been 3 of them. It was Pharrell, Chad, and Dude.
And the other nigga that used to be there.
His name was Philip.
Niggas forget the original Destiny's Child. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Oh shit! He said, "I remember because it was Dude."
That's how niggas. When you remember when the family, your cousin, she brought her boyfriend. And then she bring another nigga, and you think it's the same nigga you met last time.
Yeah. Well, yeah, man. I know Dude. Hey, she give you, and your cousin trying to give you that look to wave you off like it's not the same. That's not the same person. That's not the same person.
Ain't this bro right here, Shay Haley?
Ain't this bro? You gotta ask me. He looks familiar.
I know who it is. See, look, it was cold game. Look,
Let me see.
Yeah,
I think they just put him right there.
They just put a nigga in place.
Ain't no way they did not have a Ninja Turtle in the Neptunes, dog.
That's him, man.
Bro look like send me the screenshot so the viewers can see. He look like a Ninja Turtle.
This is what you do. Oh, there. See,
man. Donatello was not in the Neptunes, man.
I ain't gonna lie. I remember him wearing his hat like that. That's
a do-rag, ain't it?
Look up the album credits.
Man, we not doing all of that, man.
It is a do-rag.
Yeah.
That's a do-rag?
Yeah.
He should have never did
That's
that.
what I'm saying. It's Mike era. Jones style right there, man.
Who?
That's a new era.
Mike Jones style.
Who? That's a hat. I was about to say.
He was about to say it.
Telling you again.
He finna say it hella loud too.
Mike Jones.
Poe's about the 281-334. Oh, hell no. Hell no.
That's some funny shit.
Hey, man, before we get out of here, man, anybody got some great memories at a 99-cent store before it goes away for good?
Let's talk about it.
Back when things used to actually be 99 cents and they didn't have tax or they didn't have stuff that you grab out the shelf and get up and it's $4.99.
I just said the Dollar Tree for the lowest price the highest price is gonna be $7. They got me fucked up. But let's talk about.
But you know what? But it's this Dollar Tree.
That's the purple one. The 99-cent store.
Yeah.
The candy. Before you go to a movie, let's talk about it.
Yeah, that was the move.
What?
Yeah, we used to buy candy before we go to the movies.
It was
man.
It was Albertsons or the 99-cent store.
Yeah, I ain't paying.
Albertsons had the king size.
Yeah. Go there,
$2
get
for
your candy.
Remember $2 for $1?
No, I'm not. I mean, that's cool. That was y'all did. I just said no because that's not what I did.
Oh, what you was doing?
Yeah, man, we want to know, man.
Tell us the secret spot.
I bought it at the theater, bro.
Wow.
Nigga paid full price for candy.
I mean, like
kicks and sneakers.
Yeah, that's why
paper.
you did.
Kicks and sneakers and papered up.
You was balling like that?
Yeah, he said papered up like a fax.
Nigga.
I'm rare like white running backs.
Hell no. Nigga, I remember I took popcorn to the
large popcorn, large
plastic
drinks,
bag to
all
the.
the
We
stuff,
did that when we all went to go see Batman.
Yeah, all the goodies.
I feel like there's a punchline coming. Like, yeah man, because we own a theater over on.
What was your motivation? Why you was doing that?
Because I wasn't paying.
Nigga trying to, alright, I respect it. I give you that, my nigga. Cause I'm like, hold on, nigga. Every time you went to the movie, you was doing
He
that?
said every time. Every time.
It had to be a reason you was done.
Came there with the same amount, left with the same amount of money.
Was they fresher than when you get out?
I know we clowning right now, but basically,
that's a fucking plug.
Basically, the 99-cent store is closing all of their locations nationwide.
They having a going out of business sale.
Man, if you go to the 99-cent store for a sale, lose my number.
50 Cent. Stop playing.
Lose my number. Right. If I see half off signs in there, I'm calling somebody. I'm telling y'all doing something up in here, man.
Nah, nigga. 99-cent store got some shit that Dollar Tree don't got.
Yeah, I mean, on the same breath, there's a lot of stuff the 99-cent store just don't be having.
Yeah.
Well, whatever.
Y'all ever bought fruit out of?
No. Tell us what happened when you did it, man. Did that inspire your garden?
How long was you in the hospital? Come on, spit it out.
I seen it there before. I never bought it. Not fruit.
What was you doing in that area then?
I seen they were selling steaks in the Dollar Tree, bro.
Yeah, $6.99.
No. Man, you ain't seen the memes? Man, I just ate a steak from the 99-cent store and my arm won't move.
They was really selling steaks in there.
Man, I wasn't steak, man.
They sell all type of stuff.
I was yak back and kangaroo legs, bro.
I still get my cleaning supplies from the Dollar Tree. Not the 99. I haven't been
Fabuloso?
to the 99. Nah, what's that shit? That orange one?
That's crazy because that's what I thought about the purple stuff.
Did you just say I get my cleaning supplies and I don't know the name of it? He's like, I get my cleaning supplies.
Nah, not Fabuloso. It's the little orange bottle.
What's it called?
You spray that shit on any nigga. You spray
that sound worse than not knowing the third member of the Neptunes, man.
That shit on some grease that been on there for 30 years. That shit'll wipe right off.
That's because you spraying reptiles acid from Mortal Kombat on that shit, man.
That shit works. That shit works. Fabuloso though is there too. I think they just sell the watered down versions of everything there.
Okay,
that's pretty much
I mean, it is going to seem kind of weird. Like, you usually always see a 99-cent store somewhere, wherever you at. So
it's been a while since
that's something about the economy, man.
It's been a while since I see Dollar Trees more often, though.
Does it?
I mean,
because the whole thing about it is this is what's so crazy, right? Inflation, the economy, all of these things that's going on, right? We have been feeling it for a while.
Yeah,
now.
for sure.
Mm-hmm. It's just gotten to a point that now it's actually affecting a company. But it's been around.
Yeah. But Arizona teas are still the only thing staying true to price.
Don't tell me Arizona's still 99 cents.
Yeah.
What's the ounces?
Some places they might be 79 cents. We talking the tall cans.
They lower the ounces?
No, man.
That shit ain't even. That's dangerous.
Like I said, I probably need to do more homework. I think it's just wild when you have places that certain people in a tax bracket depend on to go get certain things instead of paying way more, still can't maintain in business. Like if you're in a
especially at the price point.
If you're in the economy, because what Jelani is saying is right, we're all feeling it, right? But when you're in the economy where it's like, listen, we're gonna still try to keep our prices the same because there's people that are dependent on it and you still can't stay in business. It's like, yo, what the hell is really going on?
Well, because like I said, inflation. So while they might want to keep their prices the same, it's just costing them more to actually acquire these things, right?
You're right.
That's what I'm saying. At the time when they came out of business, 99-cent stores and Dollar Trees were efficient in their business model more likely because the things that they provided at a lower cost. Now they have to raise the price on the things that were
just to keep the lights on.
Bro, I went to a 99-cent store easily like 6 months ago. It was probably a little longer than that, but it looked like they was already going out of business. Because it's not as easy to keep the shelves stocked because of everything going up in price. Like, we're just thinking about the cost of things. Like, it's not even just the cost of things. Production. The cost to get them here, shipping.
Yeah, shipping, gas, everything. You know you're right. That's true.
There's a lot of different variables that go into actually stocking these shelves.
Yeah.
And so it's like, can't afford to sell things at the same prices and do the same amount of numbers, but everything else has increased for us to be able to do business. So we're doing business, but we're losing money doing business because the prices to do business have gone up while our prices haven't shifted.
And I think about something else that I think about too that's unfortunate is like that's a lot of jobs lost too. That's got to contribute to a spike in unemployment.
Well, but not the biggest. At Taco Bell.
Not the biggest spike you would think because they've already been short staffed at 99-cent stores because they can't afford to have so many employees because they're not doing the same numbers.
Yeah, that's crazy. I had to ring my shit out. They got self checkout. I was like, nah, man, they taking too long.
So that brings up like it's a gumbo of conversation because we got that. What we talking about with the 99-cent store, but then there's Walmart is no longer doing the self checkouts, right? Mm-hmm. And then also what I just found out today is that Sacramento County, as well as San Francisco, approved a basic minimum wage that should be beginning in, I believe, July 2024, based on your family's income, where there's a guaranteed, I believe, $725 basic income for a year every month. So there's like this whole...
This is for low income, right?
Yeah, for low income.
What's that tax bracket?
That's what I'm trying to find out. I'm trying to figure out how many people I got to add to my shit. But all that is just to say, like...
I was just going to wait till we was done to get the info.
Don't worry. I went and checked articles. I seen a meme, and then I was like, let me go look at this to see if this shit real. And it was real. So there's like... The economy in the world that we live in today is like, it's crazy because the things that were accessible at a lower price when we're coming up is totally different.
Everything is costing more, but the quality is consistently going downhill. Prices are going up while the quality is going down.
Yeah.
It all has a lot to do. Man, there's so many things that go into the reasons behind that, from to how we polluted our climate, and it's more difficult to grow quality produce and shipping produce and distribution, and the demand for it. There's so many different things that go into the reasons why the prices are high and the quality is low, and there's really not much that could be done about it because this is the bid that we have made for ourselves as a whole.
It cost me $40 for a half a tank of my gas.
Bro, man,
that's crazy.
Don't go nowhere.
I don't, and that's only until I notice that. Until I notice I got to go somewhere. Like, it just cost me $40.
If Jelani was a financial advisor, you would leave defeated.
Nah, look,
where's your shoes? He said I shouldn't wear them.
My nigga, shit don't even go nowhere.
Don't go nowhere, bro. You gotta think.
Food prices.
This shit is
fast.
Crazy. No, you could either go to the grocery store and buy your food at whatever price, or you could go out to eat and it costs the same as what you paid for at the grocery store now.
See, this is the whole thing about it. I hate when people do that because it's like, all right, we go out to eat, right? Mm-hmm. So you go out to eat, you spend double $5. You going out with somebody, 40, 50, mm-hmm. right? Now, that's one meal, maybe leftovers, right? I could take that same dub to $40 to $50, go to the grocery store and buy groceries and be able to feed myself for the next few days easily.
I agree with that. This is where I don't like. This is where it changed.
It costs the same to go out to eat as it does to buy groceries. Yeah, but the groceries go further.
This is where it changes. This is where it changes. Now we add time into the variable.
Mm-hmm.
Now you got to add time because we talk about convenience and we talk about the amount of time you got to cook. With the amount of things that we are taking part in throughout our daily lives a lot, we ain't got enough time to really do.
I got time to cook. It's a matter of if I want to with the time I have that's free.
I agree because here's the thing. Here's the thing. You have to allocate this a similar amount of time to go eat. You got to get dressed. You got to get in the car. You got to,
not really.
Depending on what lights you hit, how far it is. Then you got to, you still wait time for your food.
Depends on when you
You're
put
a terrible
that order
person if you don't tip.
Depends on when you put that order in on your food.
Depend on me for the extras.
You taking it to go? Or did you put the order in 20 minutes before you got to the spot?
Either way, you still have to invest
but sometimes
that energy
it just depends.
to go get it, and
it can be sometimes.
I think the level of convenience with stuff like that is as simple as like, hey, I didn't have enough time because I got a whole bunch going on today. But for the most part, the average responsible person will run into that here and there. Yes. Therefore, like, you will have time allocated for the necessities. You know what I'm saying? Like,
also, I'm talking as a single parent.
I also do stuff like
with a garden.
I'll decide to cook.
I got to do it all,
and I will overcook. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or I'll prep multiple things.
Yeah.
So then it's like, all right, I'll let the chicken breast soak while I peel and devein shrimp.
Right.
And then I'll say I make shredded chicken. I'll make enough to where, like, whatever dish I'm using it for tonight, and then if I want a shredded chicken tacos tomorrow or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Make
you repurposing everything.
A chicken Philly steak. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I soak 3 different types of beans at the same time. I'll make multiple jars of tomato sauce, multiple jars of broth.
And I try to do that to make it easier on myself, so that it's like, all right, so like the night before I made this dish and it had shredded chicken, and I don't feel like that tonight, but because I shredded the chicken, I chopped tomatoes, and I did this, all I really gotta do is fry some shells, and then I shredded cheese the other night, like, you know what I'm saying, like, and so I try to do it like that. Like, try to prep multiple things, or do something now to cut down on the time moving ahead. But
hey, I got a question for you, bro, because I came across a video where they were saying, like, basically canning your food is a good route to go too.
Yeah, canning is great.
You do that a lot?
I have a canner that I bought. I've never used it because I like to use a lot of fresh things, and I haven't produced enough out of my garden to where I would have enough to can.
Okay.
So I don't want to can and just go to the grocery store and buy a whole bunch of stuff because I got a budget for each month. So I could get enough stuff to like do a lot of canning, but it's just more convenient and easier on me to just do it month by month or like week by every.
Well, you just got to make sure you stay positive, man. Don't ever say you can't. Say you can.
Yeah, you can.
You can.
Can me up some shit. Yes, you can. How about that?
But I have a canner. But canning, it works if you know how to.
What's the mechanics in that when you can it?
Really, canning it just requires you to make whatever you're making. You have these the types of mason jars that you get has a seal level on it, and then you have the top to it. It's really boiling it to a certain temperature, and then really the pressure of the heat really seals that seal top on there, and it also ensures that the bacteria isn't formulating within the jars.
Can you can cantaloupe?
Yeah, but I think the way in which you do those types of things would be pickling.
What about cantina salsa?
Yeah.
Right.
But a lot of times also too, what I want to do my research on is like the shelf life of a lot of things, because I don't want to add preservatives.
What's the shelf life of candles?
Yo, listen to ask questions, and I'm like, yo, how long is he gonna go? How long is he gonna go? Because when
I didn't peep game at first.
When he said cantina sauce, I'm like, God, he not even serious.
I didn't catch it.
He not even serious.
But it's because these stupid fucking glasses you got on. Nigga would have put on the glasses so a nigga can't really see what's going on.
Yo, he's not serious anymore.
He got me into it. He said, I got a question for you. Then I was like, oh shit, nigga. I'm getting interviewed today and shit. And then he want to fucking talk about some fucking candles. He said cantina. He said everything with can, and I didn't catch it.
Yeah, he said cantaloupe, and I'm like,
I didn't catch. Yeah, nah, nigga, you hell out of pocket, nigga.
When he said that, I was like, when he said cantina
cantaloupe, cantina.
Look, when he said cantina sauce, I was like, yep, he ain't.
Nah, that was over my head.
I'm just like, all right, let's see how long he goes.
And I was gonna go to. I was like, let's see how long this nigga cooks. Let's see how long he cooked, bro.
If you would have said something before candles, then I would have been like,
shelf life of a candle. I mean, if you don't burn it forever, what?
Huh? But look, the crazy part is the wheels start spinning in my head. I was like, nigga, it might depend on what kind of wax you use. I was about to
Hey,
start
when I asked him,
it could be coconut.
hey, when I said cantaloupe, right? Jelani was like, "What the hell is he doing?" But I'm kind of curious on what his answer gonna be.
Hey, actually, I didn't want to say something, but I want to say like. Do you know the answer though?
My stupid ass said pickling. I said, it depends on if you pickling the fucking cantaloupe. The fuck am I talking about?
I don't know, but it's definitely gonna be a joke from here on out. Like, this nigga talking about pickling cantaloupe. Like, he's retarded. Golly.
Wow, nah, my nigga.
Yeah.
Live your life.
Yeah.
With pickle cantaloupe.
Bro, we out. Yo.
Shit.
Anyways, you already know how we do. You've been tuning into the Notion podcast. I'm your host, Dizzy D Spill, with my co-host in the building,
Jelani Evans.
Shit, Farmer Poe. We got pickled cantaloupe. Nigga, we got.
Anyways, you already know. Follow us on all platforms. Leave comments on some of the things we talked about. Let us know what you think. Until next time, peace.
It's been real.